beautiful weirdo, Charlotte here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm filming the wonderfully creepy Cupid that you saw at the start of this video. And I've had a rather traumatic week. I won't go into details, but yes, there's been tears and things this week. So I'm filming a little later than I had intended, which seems to be a recurrent theme on my channel. So I'm endeavouring to get more organised this year, but life does get in the way sometimes. Anyway, speaking of life, one little quick bit of good news. On Sunday it was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And my wonderful boyfriend bought me a new video camera. So this will be the last film of mine you will see with our friend the yellow stripe down the centre of the screen. I don't know where he came from and why I couldn't get rid of him. But anyway, thank you to my wonderful boyfriend. We will soon have a nice clear new picture once I got to grips with my new camera. So anyway, I am going to make a start because I'm waffling.
For once, I'm not actually going to do a lot of talking through this one because a lot of it's very self-explanatory. So here I am, painting my face white with a sponge. White water-based paint. That's all you really need to know here. Oh, I'm painting my body too, so basically paint any bit of skin that's going to be showing. Don't forget those ears. And now take a black water-based paint and just kind of stipple over the top of the white and rub it in to get a kind of a worn in, aged, dirty, almost looking effect. And again, over any bit of skin that is showing. And now it's time for the drips. So I start with my eyes, put a little bit of black water-based paint on there, and then mix up the water-based paint with loads and loads of water and just start dripping, basically. That's all you really need to know. You can have as many drips as you want or as few drips as you want. I just had a few drips coming from each orifice. Orifice, that's a great word, isn't it? Yeah, fancy word for hole. So drips from the eyes, drips from the nose, drips from the mouth. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to talk so much throughout this one, so I'm going to shut up and just let you watch the drips. And now that you look like a mint humbug, you want to take a dry, clean sponge and just kind of start blotting those stripes, drips, whatever you want to call them, together, just to make it look a bit aged and not so clean looking. Obviously the black drips are dry by this point, but the white drips are still wet, so they just kind of all melt together, for want of a better word. And then add more drips as you... Now it's time to start shading. I'm going in with a green eyeshadow first of all. Basically the inspiration for this look and what you're wanting to go for is a kind of aged, water damaged, weathered statue. So if you look up some aged statues, I looked at ones in graveyards just for some extra creepiness. So I'm just going in with the green and shading anywhere where you want a bit of shadow, so down the sides of the nose, around the sides of the face, in the hollows on the chest, and then going in with deep burgundy to just intensify those shadows. Also around the eyes, so basically anywhere where you want to add a little contour and a little dimension. And I picked these colours just because these were the colours that were on the statue that I chose for my inspiration pick, my reference pick. But obviously you can go with whatever colours you want to go with. This just adds a little bit of colour and a little bit of extra dimension to your look rather than it just being flat black and white. Going in with the old favourite, Deep Night by Laura Mercier, just to get the really deep dark areas of those shadows. You can also use the deeper shades to just add some shading around those drips so they don't look too kind of flat and clean looking. You want them to look kind of dirty and weathered, and yeah, you get the picture. I used a combination of brushes and a sponge to just kind of blend those shadows out. I didn't want them to look too clean like you would if you were contouring, because obviously you're a weathered statue looking Cupid thing. So yeah. And then I just went in with some white water-based paint to create some highlighted areas. So all the areas you would normally highlight. I just had to add some cheekbones because, well, you always need some cheekbones. And then I just intensified the white on some of those drips because it kind of got a bit lost in all the blending. Now it's time for the blindfold for the Cupid. So I just took some muslin, and this one is just stained with tea to make it look a bit dirtier. Then I put it over my eyes, and with some black water-based paint I marked where my eyes are and some drips coming down to join the drips on the face. And then I just dirtied it up off camera with some face paint and some eyeshadows. And then just sorting my hair out. So I just curled my hair in very tiny little sections, as you can see here. I won't show you the whole thing because it's just boring, let's face it, who wants to see that? So, ta-da! Here it is done. And mine is a few days old hair, so it's a little bit dirty, which helped the texture. And then I just felt that my Cupid needs a little bit of colour on its lips, so I went in with some Cherry Skies by Nyx and just kind of blotted that on. Didn't put it on too carefully. And then put some on the end of my arrow. My arrow is just made out of an old paintbrush and some card, which I just painted black and then dry brushed gold over the top of. Very simple and easy. And then I just painted some black on my hands to make them look all nasty and evil looking. And then took some golden syrup because there's this whole thing about Cupid and bees and honey and stuff. So yeah, put my blindfold on and we are done.
Right, beauties, this is the finished creepy Cupid, complete with blindfold because love is blind. Obviously, if you're going to go for the blindfold, then it's only any good for pictures because you can just about see where you're going, but not properly. Yeah, and I've got my golden arrow tipped in golden syrup because there's this whole thing about Cupid and bees, and yeah, research Cupid, you'll see what I mean. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. Please hit the red subscribe button for more of this kind of weirdness, and please comment down below and let me know what you are doing for Valentine's Day. I'm very excited to hear all your plans, and thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time, and I hope you get hit by Cupid's arrow.